Please welcome your 2026 Philadelphia Eagles.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from South Philly. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Our 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short game.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early third down coming up.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Stafford now on third down. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. A gain of 16 yards. First down, 49ers.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Play action, Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Kittle is the man in motion. 2nd down, it's Stafford. He'll find his tight end, Kittle on the right side. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll try to sneak it here, and they've got it. At the 19-yard line, they're into the red zone and still on the mark. First down picked up.
I know know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
A handoff as they try to run it here, and that'll be a pickup of 3.
At the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. From the gun, here's Stafford. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Here's a run to the 5-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Devontae Smith there to return. We'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. No play fake. Herbert. That's caught. It's Alcantara. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's another quick 1st down. And that's a 25-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Hopkins sent in motion. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. As we are ready to get back underway. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he's out of bounds. Gain of about 10, so that'll help as they get set to face a 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
That one caught by Smith. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That is going to be called in. He's got it. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles move out to a 7-3 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Niners offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Send a man in motion right. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
And the 49er first down. A gain of 27 on the play.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
2nd and 7.
2nd down, they need 7. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's complete to Kittle, the tight end. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
13 yards on the catch there. First down, 49ers.
13 yards on the play. That's another 49er first down. A gain of 13 yards.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And he's in! George Kittle! Touchdown, 49ers.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the 49ers are on top. It's now 10-7. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a big